Hello, my name is Dawn and I am the CEO of Quaggy Development Trust. Today I would like to talk about Dr. Nina Simone. Nina Simone was born Eunice Kathleen Wayman on the 21st of February 1933 in Tyrone, North Carolina. She was the sixth of 8 children and her musical talent was soon recognised by her Methodist minister mother, who believed her piano playing was a sign from God and should be shared. Aged just 3, Eunice gave her first performance in her mother's church, her feet barely touching the pedals of the piano. God Be With You Till We Meet Again was to be her first song that she played live in public. Word got around about young Eunice's playing of the piano, and a resident of Tyrone came to hear her and agreed to be her piano tutor. She believed Eunice had the ability to become the first black classical pianist, a dream Eunice took to heart and practiced every day without fail. Aged 12, Eunice first experienced racism. She was due to play a recital in the town library, and her proud parents had been given front row seats, but were asked to move to the back. When Eunice heard this, she bravely refused to play until they were given their rightful seats. Eunice got a place at Juilliard School of Music in New York and had set her sights on going to the Curtis Institute, the final piece of her becoming a classical pianist. However, Curtis rejected her application. Devastated, her dreams in tatters, this rejection was one Eunice never got over, as she felt she had been discriminated against for being black. Curtis argued she wasn't as good as the others who had auditioned. Eunice needed money and fast, so she began to play in nightclubs and supper clubs, something she hated as she could not play her beloved Bach. After one night of playing the piano, the owner of the bar told her not to come back unless she sang. Eunice took the challenge and sang the next night with great applause. She started to get more bookings and worried her mother might find out she was a singer in a nightclub playing the devil's music. She changed her name to Nina Simone. Her first hit was with I Love You, Porgy. Her repetition of the song made it an instant classical and was an indicator of the type of performer she would become. However, Nina Simone did not like to pigeonholed as a performer, and she would draw on her gospel background and infuse blues, jazz and classical music when arranging songs, which make her songs so unique. Songs like Love Me or Leave Me fuses jazz and classical. She uses Bach fugue to play one tune with one hand and a different tune with her other hand, and yet the two different tunes work together instead of against each other. Nina Simone's career took off in the late 1950s and 1960s, but it was events outside of music that had a profound effect in her. The bombing of a church in Birmingham, Alabama, where the Ku Klux Klan threw a stick of dynamite into the church, resulting in the death of 4 black children, made Nina so angry she was told to change her anger into song, and she wrote Mississippi Goddam in 15 minutes. The Journey Show tune, Melody Bellies, the lyrics she wrote about how it is to be black living in America in the 1960s. It lost her white audience, but the black community of America. She was telling the world how it felt to be black. At this point in her career, she became a civil rights activist, and her songs reflected this. After the shooting of Dr. Martin Luther King, Nina Simone became disillusioned with the civil rights movement and left America for good. The strain of life got her and her mental health suffered. It wasn't until 1988 when a perfume company used My Baby Just Cares For Us in an advert that her music and talent reached a new audience and she began touring again. Nina Simone was awarded 2 doctorates and she insisted on being called Dr. Nina Simone in the latter years of her life. She died aged 70 in 2003, knowing that many artists cited her as being a big influence in their music. Dr. Nina Simone was a singer, songwriter, arranger and civil rights activist. Her genius was to use her music talents in arranging average songs into classic hits. She paved the way for many black female artists to have a career and highlighted the inequalities and injustice in her community. Dr. Simone once said, "An artist's duty, as far as I'm concerned, is to reflect the times. I think that it is true of painters, sculptors, poets, musicians. As far as I'm concerned, it's their choice, but I choose to reflect the times and situations in which I find myself. That, to me, is my duty, and at this crucial time in our lives when everything is so desperate, when every day is a matter of survival, I don't think you can help but be involved. How can you be an artist and not reflect on the times? That is me, a true definition of an artist."